Let's talk about longevity on the job. For many of us, when we were growing up, we heard about these stories of these employees who stayed 35, 40 years in their career at the same job in the same company. And when they retired to these lavish 401s and pensions and things of that nature. Well, today's world, that doesn't happen. Many of the people now are in a job maybe 5, 10 years. They get burnout, or they start seeking new companies. They want new experiences, or the company themselves have to make changes, and with those changes, they're not favorable anymore. So people are moving from job to job a lot more frequent than they used to, and so it's not something that really people are going for. People do not want to find a job that they can stay in for 35, 40 years and then retire. They want the excitement. They want to travel. They want to retire in 20 years instead of 40 years. Now, that just reminds me. Now, there's an animal called a sea squirt. The sea squirt, once it hatches, it just swims around a little bit and then it finds a home. Once it finds a home, it just goes head first and it just attaches itself to a rock or the bottom of the ocean or whatever it decides to make its permanent home. So it attaches itself to that rock, and then at this point it no longer needs to think or go or swim anywhere. So it just loses its ability to swim. It loses its ability to try to think and refocus and go somewhere else. And it actually absorbs its own brain. So at that point, it converts its body to where it will just stay and remain at that same position for the rest of its life and just carry out itself until it dies. That is not how the workplace is anymore. We can't just go to a job, at 21 after graduating college, stick ourselves to that job in that company and just sit there for 40, 50 years and just live out our lives. That doesn't happen very much anymore. So what you need to do is focus your energy on getting something for yourself, finding out what you truly like, what you truly desire. Go for it, attain a certain level. If you want to go and switch companies, make sure you make that apparent and make that part of your plan. I'm going to go here, work maybe 10 years. At that point, I'm going to seek out another position, and then you make that transition. But that's just the way people think these days. And so that's the way you need to kind of adjust your thinking as well.